And welcome back to Daily Wrap. Before we get to your viewer comments, we want to remind you that beginning tomorrow night at 7 p.m., Dr. Ben Carson sits down with our own Steve Malzberg one-on-one to discuss his latest surge in the polls. Can he surpass the current poll leader, Donald Trump? Find out in his own words tomorrow night at 7 p.m. That's only on Newsmax TV. All right, time to read some of your viewer comments. First up, we asked you to share your thoughts on last week's shooting in Oregon. Ken says, Joe, oh, that's me, you hit the nail on the head. There are 49% less shootings, but the media puts so much emphasis on covering these tragedies, and they milk each one for all that it's worth. As a result, the, quote, low information voters think that gun violence is on the rise, when in reality it isn't. Every single one of these nutjobs that have committed these mass shootings all had one thing in common. They wanted and received copious amounts of attention. What the gentleman there is referring to is that, yes, since 1993, shootings are down 49%, and that is rarely reported. I think the reason why we get so much press coverage here is because these are mass shootings at campuses, and those seem to be on the rise.
And I think mass shootings certainly draw attention. I would only disagree slightly with them and say, of course they get attention. It's not media being overwrought. It's a mass shooting.
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
Henry says, you are all missing the point. It is not about gun control. The root cause is our culture. We have a culture that is obsessed with violence and death. Just look at our entertainment and pop culture. Until we address the cultural issue, nothing will change, regardless of what laws are passed or not passed. I would only say this to you, Henry, if you were paying attention to the show, we talked about precisely that. So maybe we're not missing the point after all.
DVR us, and you never miss a moment. Madeline says, guns and the Second Amendment are necessary for safety. Gun-free zones are begging to be attacked. Remember, the police are always at least 5 minutes away. Better be prepared than let several more lives be sacrificed to the psychopath's killing spree. Okay, Rick.
Well, let's just continue. We also asked you who should replace John Boehner as Speaker of the House. Reggie says, we do not want Kevin McCarthy as Speaker. He is not fit to represent the Republican Party. Actually, we need to clean house and start all over. This is why everyone wants new blood in the Republican Party. We are sick and tired of these gutless wimps. All they are interested in is protecting their rear and getting reelected.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Anybody a question here? Let me ask Noah, actually, okay? Does anybody like Kevin McCarthy? And how did he get to the #1 position in the first place?
Because he was
everybody
in the #2 position.
Yeah, I know, I get it, but boy, I've never seen less support for somebody who may become Speaker of the House.
A lot of people like Kevin McCarthy, most notably a lot of people in the Republican conference. He's a very likable figure, and he's actually made a lot of friends by doing what you do in politics, which is back scratching and assisting other people. Is he at risk? Yes. He is at risk.
Okay.
He is at risk.
All that said, he's at risk, yes.
Yeah. Because he really did step in it with his Benghazi comments. He allowed Jason Chaffetz to make a run at him, who's making a very serious play for the speakership. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but he's opened himself up to a lot of criticism he deserves.
So McCarthy still gets it then, in your opinion?
I do think
Probably.
so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Noah got it exactly right. I mean, but as he said, a lot of people like him. Most importantly, a lot of people in the Tea Party wing of the House have always liked him because he has reached out to them. Now, you open up the door, as he did, there's a lot of people within that Tea Party wing that are going to take their shot. And, of course, Jason Chaffetz is the one who's doing it. Noah's got it right. Not a chance he'll win.
Scalise says he has the votes.
That's for the #2 position.
Yeah,
Okay.
Number two.
That's what I meant. Okay. We also asked you if the Benghazi committee, that's why you don't read headlines, you read the story. I just glance at that, I go, really? How could that be? We also asked you if the Benghazi committee should be disbanded. John says the Benghazi committee should definitely continue. I want to answer to the phony video, why security was denied, why no quick reaction force, Rick.
Pat says, I don't think the Benghazi committee should be disbanded. There are so many areas where Hillary Clinton has broken the law. Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid is overreaching as usual. Folks, you're in no danger. It will not be disbanded.
Yeah, I think if Harry Reid says, you know, you really should stop that Benghazi, the Republicans won't be like, you're right, Harry, we should. You've been so kind to us over the last 28 years. Anyway, finally tonight, Brian says, of course the committee should get to the bottom of what happened in Benghazi. Trey Gowdy has already proven that none of the other committees even talked to the president of Libya, excuse me, or the top representative in Benghazi at the time. Can't remember his name. They also have found emails that she has not released and that she thought she had wiped clean with a cloth that are deemed classified, and a few of them were top secret, in fact. This includes details about Iran's nuclear program. She lied under oath that she handled overall classified emails. You get the point of this comment. So, yeah, seriously, what will be the net of all this? Will Hillary be able to play the victim here in this case and actually make it into something positive for herself? She
can't make it into a positive, but I mean, the door just got opened a lot wider than it was thanks to Congressman McCarthy. But no, look, the email thing will not have a happy ending, even if it were to have a happy ending for Hillary, where she's exonerated or whatever. It's done its damage. The question is it enough damage to get rid of her?
Do you know what I mean? Will this allow her to play the Republicans are out to get me card?
No, you don't win playing the victim.
You don't?
No.
Okay, we'll end it on that note. And if you want to weigh in on any of the issues we talk about here in the show, be sure to go to newsmaxtv.com/comments right there. As you can see, we read them on the air. Up next, it's Happy Times, time for Yay or Nay. This is the Daily Wrap.